Hey everyone, this is Social Dissonance, also known as Shepard. Today I will be demonstrating a simple but effective strategy against Alatreon. It's going to be 4 players here. We're fighting Alatreon. It's just the normal Shining in the Darkness quest. The basic crux of the quest is everybody brings Uragaan armor, gemmed up with status attack up if possible. It requires a lot of parts. And essentially you just sleep bomb him over and over and over again. Now let me backtrack a little bit to the beginning. You'll notice that we all tried to, I screwed up a little bit, we all try to have sleep shot level 2 in the first slot. That's because we've already calculated it takes 4 sleep shot level 2s in order to put him to sleep the first time. Now after this has happened, you can breathe a little bit because he sleeps for a total of 60 seconds. Now if anything you're doing is taking longer than 60 seconds, you're not using your speed combos or something's wrong. In any case, after that, as you know, his tolerance for sleep goes up after every application. So we switch over to sleep shot level 1. And for the next 2 times, 2 to 3 times, we're going to use him sleep shot level 1 in order to put him to sleep. Aside from that, a lot of this plan once you're actually here, it's not very complicated. It comes down to being adequately prepared. You're going to need a lot of sleepy fish. You're going to need a lot of scatter fish. You're going to need a lot of materials for bombs. But so long as you have all of these things, you will break both horns every time, and you will always break the wings. And usually we can kill him easily in under 10 minutes. I'm not sure how long this time will go. We'll find out fairly soon. So we've all agreed, we try to coordinate ourselves. I'm the designated bomb shooter. Make sure you'll notice I shoot just to the side of the bombs. The last thing you want to do is hit him with one of those bullets because that really negates, a very large amount of damage. Anyways, we try to coordinate the times that we'll be combining. We really don't want there to be a lot of downtime. It's not that, we don't have the time to spare. Really we do. When you're going for Sky Piercers, which are maybe the rarest item, and aside from this setup, one of the most difficult items in the game to get, you want to be as efficient as it possibly can be. So, I have this currently gemmed up to defense up large. I do not have status attack up. We just put all these things together this afternoon. It's not necessary, but if you can get that skill on here, it's not too tough. Now, a nice thing about this set, I created this loadout. It's not too hard to make, except for the frame on the Bowgun. It requires 4 Barioth claws. These are a little hard to get. You can scum them just by doing pitfall traps on them over and over again, or if you're actually around to 4 other people, it's really not that hard to kill. So you have your frame, which is the Barioth. Depending on your charm, you can either use the Needler barrel, which will reduce the deviation, and then I use the Rathling Stock because you're going to require the reduced plus recoil. And what that will allow you to do, as you can see, is I can fire status shot level 2s with no recoil. And that's really essential to this strategy. If you're standing around being stunned all the time by a recoil, you're not going to be able to get the status shots out enough. Aside from that, you don't have to worry about grinding Uragaan as much as you might be worried about. While it does require high-rank helmet, chest, and Tasset, I found that you can use the low-rank gloves and legs in order to get all the skills that I would say are necessary. So I will be posting a description in the description of this of exactly what armor I'm using and what charms and things like that I have. Pretty soon there's going to be a Gen Moran event quest up. When that event quest is up, you'll be able to get the Gen Moran barrel, I believe? I believe it's the Gen Moran barrel. That'll be nice because it'll give you an extra 2 sleep level 2 shots, and it will also give you a shield. Now, if you can get a plus 10 precision charm, it's not quite as necessary. Emald here has a plus 10 precision charm, and he's actually using the Rathling barrel, which gives him a shield. Which is nice because not only will you can block his attack if you're not going to get the roll out of the way, but you can actually block his screen if you're not reloading or firing when he does it. The block is automatic, there's nothing you need to do to trigger it, it will just happen on its own. As you can see, it usually takes about a minute per applications of sleep shot. Once we all have that sleep level 2, once we all have status attack up, it's going to be much faster than this. Now just so you know, it's not absolutely necessary to have all 4 people gunning. That just happens to be the strategy that we have. if you need to get both of the horns off, you only need 2 gunners in order to inflict the maximum number of sleep. Actually, you only really need 1, but I would recommend 2. Aside from that, you want to make sure everybody on the team has bombardier and everybody is bringing bombs. We tried this once. Somebody had forgotten some materials. We'll not mention who. But we tried it with only 3 people bringing bombs, and it does not work. The way that this works out is so long as you have at least you have 5 applications of sleep. As long as everybody has bombardier and everybody is dropping 2 level 2 bombs, you will beat him very easily. It actually ends up being 5 sleep rounds and 1 paralysis round. As you know, he's very susceptible to paralysis. Unfortunately, this gun only has 1 slot for paralysis, so only really 1 application is really feasible. But with 4 people all shooting at once, you should be able to paralyze him with just 1 clip from each person. That'd be, 25 times 8, that's 200. I think it takes 150 to paralyze him the first time around. And he stays paralyzed for about 15 seconds. So as you can see, people are already doing paralysis. That's not because we want to paralyze them right away. It's because they've actually ran out of shots. Whether that's because they didn't bring materials or they've missed some, I'm not really sure. So long as you're not trying to miss too often, and so long as you bring all the materials you need, which are, you want full sleepers, you want full sleepy fish, you should be able to sleep them relatively easily 5 times. So I'm going to try and prepare myself ahead of time. I've got 2 large barrel bombs, 3 large barrel bombs. So when it's time to paralyze him right after this, it'll be rather easy to do that. So we're going to put our last bombs on his wings again. It looks like both of them are broken, but just to be certain. Just so you know, where you place the bombs matter in terms of doing the damage to breaking that specific part, but it does not matter in terms of the damage that you do to him. As long as the bomb hits him, it will do the full amount of damage. It also ignores armor, so you don't have to worry about whatever part it hits. It'll always do the same amount of damage. Okay, so here he is paralyzed. Oops. Well, that's okay. I'll just hit the bombs with my shot. Oh, looks like Kurtis set them off with a kick. I think he was hoping that they would kill him. It's not going to kill him right away. Just a couple more Pierce level 2 shots should take him out. Because at this point, he literally has just about 100 life left. We've not had the chance to upgrade these guns all the way. It takes quite a large number of Barioth claws. That's okay. So in any case, this is about 7 minutes and 40 seconds, maybe a little less depending on, a little more depending on my encoding options. Not too hard. We've broken both of his horns, we broke both of his wings. Nobody was really in too much of a danger of dying. We can all take at least 1 hit, which with a gunner, that's all you really want because you'll just run away and heal yourself. You don't have to be right next to him. And especially with 4 gunners, it's nice because he's going to be chasing everyone all over the battlefield, which makes it a lot more convenient in case you need to combine more items or heal yourself. So in any case, the strategy is fairly straightforward. Bring the right gear, bring the right items, and you'll have a really easy time with him. So in any case, until next time, make sure to favorite this, make sure to subscribe, make sure to post any questions, and until next time, good luck and have a good hunt.